Hey, ambassadors. Just wanted to give a quick word and maybe some guidance on how your recovery runs and your long distance runs are supposed to be. I see very common mistakes made here, especially in young runners, high school runners, and the tendency is to do it too fast. Okay? So I really want you to work hard at running your longer distance runs and your recovery runs slower than what feels comfortable. In fact, I'm a big fan of adding walks in, especially on the recovery ones. So there are a few ways you can keep yourself governed on these runs, and I just wanted to talk about that just for a quick second. Some of you have a heart rate monitor that you use. Maybe it's a Garmin like this or some other brand, a Sunto, something that says your heart rate is around this beat. Those are not perfect, but they are good enough to get within 2 or 3 beats of reality for you. I would say take whatever it is, it's 180 minus your age. Okay? So if you're 20 years old, and none of you are 20 years old, or I wouldn't be coaching you, but just for math's sake, right? That would be 160 beats per minute, right? You would want to stay underneath that ceiling. That would need to be a ceiling. So every time your heart rate monitor would hit 162, you start walking. Okay? So for me, I'm 40 years old. 180 minus 40 for me is 140. So I just got done with a run a few minutes ago, and every time this thing beeped, because I have it set to beep, if I exceed 140, I start walking. And the whole goal is to not run as many miles as possible, it's to stay out there as long as possible. So I'm fine with walking. My heart rate doesn't know, your heart doesn't know whether you're walking or you're running if it's sitting right at that zone, okay? So you want to keep it low. Walking is fine, think more time than miles, okay? Don't get depressed if you're walking a lot as well. When I first started running like this, I get kind of depressed and mad because I was walking so much, but I was getting faster and faster and faster by employing this way of running slow and not overdoing it and breaking the workout. If you run too fast on a distance workout or a recovery workout, you are breaking the workout. It is not a win to do it too fast, okay? Another way you can do this is by counting your breaths, right? Your breathing rate. If you could breathe in over 3 or 4 steps, really 4 or 5 is a better way to say it. If you could breathe in over 4 or 5 steps through your nose and then out over 4 or 5 steps, that's a good pace for you on the long distance or the recovery runs, okay? A third way you can do this is to do all of your breathing through your nose. That's called nasal breathing. So in a few days, I have a run. It's probably only 12 or 13 miles for a distance run, but that's not what's making it hard. What's making it hard is I'm doing the whole thing without breathing through my mouth. That takes a lot of concentration and a lot of discipline, all right? But that is what honors where my heart rate needs to be in order for that distance run to give my body the effect I'm looking for it to give, okay? It's not just cranking miles out. You want to start thinking past that, all right? The whole goal is to build aerobic capacity, and you need to be within a certain set of parameters, your heart does anyway, for that to really be efficacious for you, all right? We will practice this when the season starts, whenever I can get eyes on you guys. One of the ways we'll do this is the way that the Spartans used to train, in which we'll have you put some water in your mouth, but you don't swallow it. And you'll run 4 or 5 miles. And then when you get back to me, you need to be able to spit that water out, which means that you prove that you were only running as fast as you could run while breathing through your nose, okay? So you can't run too slow on the long run and the recovery run. You can't run too slow, okay? But you could definitely run too fast. You can break it. Now, there will be times probably around the middle of the season and onward where we will start adding kicks and bursts inside of the distance runs, but most likely not the recovery runs. And you will get an opportunity to get the heart rate up and kind of kick at the end of it and feel what it feels like to run fast on tired legs. You'll get that opportunity. But right now, in the first several weeks of the season, we're not doing that, okay? So while you're running on your own and in the first couple weeks of the season, I want you to focus on proper running when it comes to longer runs and when it comes to recovery runs, okay? So you can leave a comment below or you can email me if you have any questions and we will work it through. Thank you.